YouTube. What's going on? It's your boy Buddha, back for another Power Creep podcast. And I didn't turn the webcam on.
Sure didn't.
Buddha gang, Buddha fam, what's going on, chat? It's your boy Buddha, back in the building for a new podcast layout. I hope you guys are liking it, but I'm here with my co-host. We got Tweaks.
What's up, fellas?
In the building. What's going on, guys? Yes, quite a crazy morning indeed for anyone who did catch that live stream. Before we get into the official 3.5 year anniversary news, I gotta remind you that we are fundraising for the GOAT, the one and only Lake, owner of Lake's Gold Mine website and all of his plethora of resources. We started the fundraiser for him earlier today. It was incredible. We got up to $455 for the homie. Couple off-screen donations, but our goal is 1,000, guys. So we want to give back to someone who has given, I would say, the most time that he didn't really have to give. Would you agree with that?
It's time behind the scenes, right? Like some of us are in talks with him. He's got a lot of people in the veteran community that he does talk to quite often, and he's always on top of his stuff, doing updates, re-rolling, figuring out all the mechanics, and updating his sites and spreadsheets. And it's just insane how much time he puts into this game, and it goes unseen by many, many people. But just know that you think that maybe some other people in the community a lot. Lake is one of those guys out here that literally playing almost constantly. It's nuts.
It is quite nuts.
So
I don't know if my internet is lagging. Something's going on. You're cutting in and out. Let me look at the stream health. No, it says excellent connection. Could be you. Is there a storm going on? What's up, Tweaks?
Maybe. I look a little blurry, huh?
A little blurry. When you were talking, it's kind of going in and out, but we're just going to roll with the punches, I think. So, guys, you see the pinned comment in the chat. Use that donation link. After the end of this live stream, we will give all the proceeds to Lake. I'll get in touch with him, probably in the DM, see where he can best receive the generous donations from us, the community, to give back for him and all that he does. Keep him motivated to keep on providing us with those top-tier resources. And speaking of top-tier Tweaks, I would say this is a pretty top-tier update. What do you say to that?
I mean, not only the banner unit and Ark, but like the entire update itself was pretty top-tier, in my opinion. Quality of life. The guy who took over for, the leader basically of Last Cloudia, has made so many quality of life improvements in the recent history, and just, I don't know, they're starting to streamline the game, which is something that we've been missing for forever. I feel like there's a whole new strategy in how they're selling their game to players.
Yeah, they definitely. I think their change in director, I mean, I do feel like there was a shift in a lot of the decisions they were making when that JP article came out. I don't know if you remember, I reviewed it.
Yep.
And I do think when they switched that director to Mamone, he's been making some changes.
Yeah, it's definitely been seen. Definitely been felt by the community. Maybe sometimes when people change directors, maybe it won't always happen as effective as this, but yeah, they've done a lot. A lot of improvements have happened since the dark ages, we like to call them.
Exactly. I'm glad I wasn't there. I was there for the tail end. I think.
Yeah.
And so it's been an interesting ride. It's interesting to learn the history of the game, global, all that. And yeah, tonight's podcast is going to be brought to you in a new format moving forward. We did our dual stream earlier today, checking out the anniversary, and decided, you know what, this was kind of clean. And I think it's nice to have both of our screens. You can see who's who down here. So there's no more confusion, people thinking I'm Tweaks and, you know, Tweaks is my account, all that good stuff. So without further ado, I think we should introduce who's taking up two sides of the entire screen.
Mr. Adel. Hype unit, bro.
Yes. Hype unit, hype character, a name that has been the epitome of, like, you know, lore hype for I don't even know how long. When did they introduce him as, like, the guy?
A long time ago. Like, his name's been dropped for forever. I mean, especially since we saw the first Great War Rune arc, like, less than a year into the game. We've had a visual of him just very clear as day. Yeah, it's finally here.
It's good stuff. And I must say, just before we get into the details, I think he lives up to a bit of that hype, as we're going to talk to you about. So should we just dive in? We have plenty to go through. Yeah.
We absolutely should. Here's the thing, like, I know you and I have seen in the past of anniversary units not living up to that hype, or not necessarily being like the game changers in the past, and he is setting a new precedent on his release. He is absolutely gross. I mean, you want to bring your Adel up too? We can go through this together, bro.
We can do it together now with our dual screen. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness, we gotta condition you to make sure you open this stuff up.
Look at this.
Well, the main thing that I like about this is because I'm on iPad, you're on Steam.
Yep.
I can open up like the notices and stuff as we're have this going, and you can still have the actual visuals up, which is sweet.
Exactly.
So I'm really happy with the setup, and you did a good job formatting it to
I had some help.
Make me happy. But
yeah.
Adel. So as most people know, he is an attribute attacker, physical DPS. He can switch in between, you know, fire and light depending on if he has holy enchant set or not, and he just does some friggin' massive damage. Like, and when I say massive, I mean ridiculous. Like, I mean, we've had single wielder do some really clean damage lately. Shit, Balent, even Thouser does some pretty good damage. Virgil, like, raising the bar consistently, because his S1 is stupid fast. Gap closer. You can spam the crap out of it, and he's hitting, like, you know, at least on my builds, and because I have the paid, because I can use supports, hitting 90k plus super fast. 90k plus caps, and then you can boost that even further. Like, he absolutely slaps, and that's either you pick fire or light damage in his kit. I mean, like I said, S1's a gap closer, 7 hits, super quick. Does remind me a lot of Shift Nero's S1, and now that I've used it a good bit today, it's extremely potent.
Yeah.
S2, again, 13 hits. It's a little bit of a leap. It's not too far, but it's a pretty damn good skill. And for his caps and for his damage potential, it's useful. Brave Strike is obviously his 18 hitter. That's going to be a ton of damage, considering, you know, he's got some super high caps. And it's honestly not that slow. It reminds me a little bit of Shift Nero's S3, but not as slow, if I had to say. But super strong. And he's hitting massive caps on all of these. In my play experience, I don't know if it's because I do have all of the things to make him run well, but he felt very quick to cap when building him. And just adding things like the sharp eyes, the generic stat boost, or not the stat boost, but the generic multipliers like the sword high boost, sky high. We're looking at like fire attack raise. Like when you put on some of those things, they started just absolutely pumping out damage, which is really cool. But yeah, skills on him feel really good, especially that S1 and S3. It's hard to go and play many other units who can't zoom around the map that fast and to hit that much damage. Like, I know, Buddha, you were hosting rooms earlier to get, the preface for the video with the SR dust stuff, right? And I was like, oh, he's running a lobby. I jumped in one. You're there with Adel, I'm there with Adel, and shit just went to, like, nothing survived more than, like, a second.
No.
That boss, I think you did the big visionary, that boss with, like, 8 million HP was absolutely deleted.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's setting a new precedent for how much damage potential he has, given that he's only single wielding, right? Like, we've had Shift Balin in the past, and he has great damage. He really does. A really solid damage potential. He's neutral, but he doesn't have the higher end DPS, right? Like, he's very solid at continual DPS. He can get his SCT back. He's a fantastic unit, one of the best in the game, if not the best physical DPS in the game for overall content. Adel provides both that single wield aspect as well as absolutely massive damage and a bit higher DPS than Shift Balin, right?
Yep.
I don't thinking about, like, because obviously you're going to compare the newest units to the best and the brightest, right? Shift Balin still has a spot. There's no reason to think that, someone's going to outthrone that dude anytime soon. Like, we all know that.
No.
But Adel sure as hell does a shitload of damage right out the box. It's pretty impressive. And, I mean, since he is a single builder, you can build him defensively. There's actually, many ways you can build him. But defensively, you can pick which attribute you want to use, either fire or light. And he synergizes really, really well. He's essentially 2 units in one, which is kind of crazy if you want to take advantage of situations when you're getting an attribute advantage. And I think it's more of like just a summary of him itself. Dude, pretty sick.
Very sick.
And
to
special
though. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you were gonna say something.
I was just gonna say something about the Bayland comparisons. I think just as we have talked about with Bayland in general before, Bayland ain't going anywhere because you know who really loves Bayland's charisma?
I wonder. Maybe other single build users.
So yeah, Bayland ain't going nowhere. Y'all.
Bayland and Adel are best friends. That's what you gotta know.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Best friends. Anyway, moving into the special.
Special sweep. And I know we did it in stream earlier, but 26 hits, around 100k innate caps based on, if you have the right, if you're hitting the boss. You can boost that up very heavily with a lot of stuff. And then you have it being an AoE. And I know that's probably a little weird for some people because most alts are single target or completely AoE for the whole map. What his is an AoE around the target itself. So if you have all the enemies clumped up, it's going to be able to hit all of them and not just a single target. If the boss is like by himself in a corner, it's only going to hit the boss. So utilize this in scenarios where you can get the max damage out, right? You want to be able to clump them or make them, all the enemies sitting together and use it. Or if it's only the boss, it wouldn't really matter. But it's cool that it's AoE if you choose to do, it is AoE if you choose to do so. But you have the ability to hit all the enemies on the map if you choose to wait and time it, right?
For sure.
I much, much, much prefer this rather than a single target. And you know what? What's really funny about that? This alt reminded me of the disappointment that I had with Shift Balin. Because this is a similar thing of what you would think, maybe not the whole map, but at least a wide area on the target that you're hitting with a big ass laser beam, Like if that alt had been this, I would have never talked shit about it.
Yeah.
Because you would have had the option to hit multiple targets if they're close together. And that would have made sense. And I hope they go this direction in the future. Maybe not have, I don't love single target ults, but if you could just for the future have a wide area instead, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them bringing that back because they kind of had it on early units that I noticed, and then they stopped for years, and this seems to be the first.
We had it on Murren. Murren had the almost same exact thing.
Did he?
His is wide area attack as well.
I never noticed. That's good to know.
Cool.
Okay. I love
All right.
Marin's ult too.
So, I think we should get into the traits, and I think if you guys have been watching the content that both Buddha and I've been putting out, you should already know how trait 1 works. Basically, Holy Enchant, you pretty much just pick it in your passives, whether you have it set or not, and that denotes if you're using fire damage or light damage on your skills and special. And it will give you that boost as well as boosted damage cap. Now, one of the cool things about the trait 1, which I haven't been able to use yet, or forced to utilize, is the resist flinch from certain attributes, physicals and magical attacks. If you use the fire damage, aka you do not have the Holy Enchant set, you will gain resistance to flinching from fire and earth physical and magical attacks. If you do choose the Holy Enchant set, which means it sets all your skills and special to light damage, you'll resist flinch from light dark physical magic attack. I think that will come into play at certain points. It's a bit niche, but when it can be used effectively, it's going to be a really, really good skill to have. Anytime you can get a unit with at least situational super armor, or just non-flinching in general, that's a situation in which that unit's going to be very, very OP. And I'm excited to see where we're going to be able to use him for that. Trait 2 though, Brave Soul. Continuous Grand Brave effect. And then on boss wave, you get strength plus 20% more. So normally, consistently, he just gets a casual 35% strength boost. And then on boss waves, that now turns into a 55% strength boost. Pretty nasty. When special activates, add 15% of the living allies' total strength to defense, intelligence, mind to unit strength and deal damage. Now, I haven't really noticed much about this, mostly because he just does such a good job of capping his special. Like, innately, he hits very, very hard on it. Even without, boosting the damages, or specifically special damage. So, maybe this is because this is a big reason of why I haven't really been paying attention to this, the trait Brave Soul activating. But you and I both talked about this, and the total stats of all of 4 stats from all the units, 15% of that, adding directly into Adel's strength stat. If you have some allies, even if you have 3 allies of just general 110 units, max board, all of those stats put together, take 15% of that and add it into a strength. That's a lot of strength. And as much as we like to talk about, you don't need to build strength for stuff. Just in general, a very high strength set will do a lot for your damage, because that's the base of what you're going off of, right? It's pretty sick. And then obviously boost special damage cap based on number of living allies. If you have 3 allies, 45,000 damage cap boost, which is sick. Yeah, some massive damage on his special, and cap boosted. Now it's only 26 hits, so it's not the craziest ult, but I think you saw earlier, I capped that out at 125k.
Yeah.
Which, is 3.2 million damage in one special with not being single target.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
It's all right.
Yeah, not bad. You're casual here. What are you gonna do?
Bad.
All right.
We're looking at skills.
Yeah, I think we should. Here is charisma. This is a charisma in his kit for free. Obviously, charismas cannot be stacked with each other, so if you decide to use another unit with a charisma, people like Bayland, you would probably want to turn this off just in case your Adel would try to send it for some odd reason. I would rather use ship Baylands, but it does give all allies 10% to all their stats, which is stacks on top of other things, and gives plus 2,000 cap boost to boss monsters, which this is bosses specifically, but it is all damage. So if you're fighting bosses and you are fighting with magic, which we have a lot of things and we have different units with charismas, with cap boost for magic, for arc skills, for specials. What we don't have is a really good unit that gives cap boost to all types of damage to a boss, which is exactly what this is. And I think it's going to be a very, very useful charisma, in my opinion. Tech up max, fighting spirit 4, fighting spirit max. Cool. Strength and HP. Heroism up, strength, defense, and HP. Crit up 3, which is nice to have. Advancing vitals. What he's missing here is Proud Force. If you feel like getting him sustain, Proud Force for sure. Divinity Buster is, a buster for all 4 types of God, Dragon, Spirit, Undead. That's also very nice. I know Divinity Slayer would have been totally fine, but the fact that he now also gets special anti-damage against those 4 types is pretty nuts. He already slams really hard on his ult anyways, so having this innately, pretty sick. Special boost, Divinity Shield short, 20% less damage from all those types. And then special boost. Special boost for free. Of course, this does affect the Divinity Buster stuff, but just having special boost for free is like a 6 SC save for any Slayers or Busters you'd actually want to use. Auto high protection, which is kind of nuts because that's a very high protection effect, minus 35% physical damage against for free. Auto haste, 14 SC for 25% boosted SAT charge. Fury 2, of course, when close to death, strength plus 30%. Awaken 2, which is sweet.
Why not?
Why not? Just give him plus 65 strength defensive mind, plus when you get less than 30% HP.
Yeah.
Heal him back up. Get him some massive stat boosts, especially the defensive mind, some really, really nice defensive boost. And then we're looking at Holy Enchant. This is what you toggle on or off if you decide to use fire or light damage. This off right now is, assumedly, I'm using fire damage on my stuff. If I put this on, I'm now using light damage on my skills and special.
Mm-hmm.
And this also does affect the trait. So this would activate your trait. If you're trying to use fire damage on, let's say, Ark skills or magic or whatever, you'd want to turn this off because it gives you that boost and damage cap on your trait 1. And again, any kind of light damage you want to use, you turn this on because it's not just your skills and special. Flames of Justice is really nice because it's just like fire and light damage plus 30% damage cap plus 7,000. All right, I'll take it. Pretty wild. Pose of Victory for free. I would love Pose of Glory. I wish you had that for free too, but this is still fine. Piercing for free. Shockwave 2 for free, which is a 7% chance to break guard straight up. Favorite sword in Doppelhander and Doppelhander boost 3, which is just ridiculous, right? So this is single wielding any weapon, 30% physical attack damage, 10,000 cap. Doppelhander, 20% physical damage, 10% crit, 5,000 cap. Doppelhander boost 3, 30% physical attack and special damage, and 9,000 cap when you're equipped with one sword. So caps out the wazoo. Then he's got sword boost and sword boost and sword mega boost. Of course, he's missing sword high boost, so you do have the Sword of Corpses arc. Obviously, throw that on him. Armor high boost, which just increases his bulkiness. Armor HP plus, which again increases his bulkiness, gives him a little bit of more HP whenever he has armor equipped, which you will be running on him, or you should be. Ultimate boost 2 for free, which gives 30% more power to specials. Strike trigger, which is a free skill at the beginning of stock 1 or wave 1 and on. Giant Killing 2, special and skill and special damage plus 20% to bosses with 2,000 damage cap. Baron Square, 20% physical attack damage and damage cap plus 2,000 to enemies without status ailments. This is kind of cool because first time we've seen this. Obviously, a lot of the times in the game, I would be most likely taking advantage of debilitating enemies with ailments. He actually gets a boost if you don't do that, which is kind of cool that it's called fair and square. I don't know, canonically, that makes sense. Parry, sword equipped, chance for critical damage taken minus 40%. I'll take it. This, of course, is anything to mitigate more damage is obviously nice to have. An Unbreakable Spirit, which is like a... It feels like a... my goodness, what's that skill called we've been getting recently that has like the same icon? Indomitable Spirit. Mm-hmm. It's like a little bit different. So like it's the same thing, you survive with HP and then heal. But his is going to be survive with HP and get a shield instead, which provides as a barrier for no flinching as well. So things get a little crazy when he gets to low HP. But this does require for the entire team to be dead first and then him being the last one alive and then taking lethal damage. So I don't know how often that's going to happen. That might happen with maybe a special. An enemy special is going to nuke your entire team, but he's the last one to live alive. And it is all damage, so it will work in time stop. It'll deplete that damage, and he'll be alive after the special ends, which is kind of what I assume it's kind of used for in PvE. Otherwise, in PvP, it's going to be a little bit hard to time when, making sure your entire other team's dead first, which obviously you would be wanting them to be alive in the first place. So I think this is more just generally useful for specials and PvE nuking, which would be rough for your team. But if he's alive, sure. I don't think we went over this skill a little bit. There's a lot of stuff you can add in here. So what you're not seeing here is right in here. You'd be seeing a lot of like fire and light attribute boosting, like the drives, the attack raises. He doesn't have like any of that. He does have Flames of Justice, of course, and he has the passive on his trait 1 that gives a ton of damage. But if you want to do general damage for him, either fire or light, you'd be wanting to add drives or attack raises, which I feel like because his kit is so tailored to all damage, like physical and special mostly.
Yep.
The drives and attack raises furthermore give you that much more longevity.
Yep.
And then after that, if you want to make him physical DPS, add more physical DPS things like Sharp Eyes, like Berserker, like skill stocks, skill charges. You know, this is the power. That's one of my favorites. Stuff like that. So obviously he's very, very, very traditionally like a normal physical DPS. He just you have to tailor him which way you're going to go, either fire or light, with setting or not setting Holy Enchant, which is really cool. And yeah, very, 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 very fun unit in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So
you want to get into the
go ahead.
equips?
No, go ahead.
Someone had pointed out they were asking to make a budget build for Adel here. It's pretty easy to do. I mean, even the build I'm scrolling through right now, all the skills I've added are budget friendly. There's nothing on here that's super exclusive. The only thing would be obviously Purple Orb, which we just came out of the DMC collab. So other than losing 1 stock on each skill, everything here is accessible on permanent arcs.
Nice. That's a good build.
So yeah.
I, on the other hand, am using an absolutely elitist build with a 110 SC and the paid items because I chased the UR, which we don't have to further talk about, but I got a little shafted today on stream earlier. I'm sure many of you saw that. Unlucky, but
that's tough.
With that said, chasing the UR and never even getting 1 copy, we had to pity it. But in the meantime, Adel's here, sitting here with 110 SC for whatever God knows reason. So yeah, rip. But yeah, why don't we talk about his paids real quick? Because I assume a lot of people will be questioning what they're looking for, right? Solar Sword, Lagrion. I'm just gonna start off to say this sword is by a frickin' mile his best in slot. Not even close.
Yeah.
Not Kagetsuchi, no nothing. The fact that it is when 1 sword equipped, of course, he's a single wielder, you're not going to do anything else with him. Fire and light attack damage plus 30%, damage cap plus 3000. That is affecting both his fire and light, no matter which one you switch to. And it's all damage, which means it affects both his physical and his special. Now I'm going to throw that out there, it also affects magic and arc skill damage, which is a huge multiplier. Like, things that affect all damage are so good, because units like this that can expand into different territories of best in slot, like his special damage is very high as well as his physical attack damage. You love to see it. Unfortunately, it is a paid item, so if you don't have the ability to get this, you're kind of just gonna have to roll with it. Damage cap plus 3000 and the damage cap plus 1500 more to bosses. Probably one of the strongest weapons we've seen in a very, very, very long time, if I had to be real. Armor though, Grand Milled Solar Suit, 500 HP, 270 defense, 153 mind. Damage taken from bosses minus 10%. Okay, love to see that. Then we get Continuous Grand Fort Effect, which is plus 35% defense constantly. Then that's of course a generic icon buff, just like Auto Fort, but now this is actually Grand Fort. That's a nice set of defense. If you're making him bulky, if you're going to be using it for, just in general for armors in the game, not many come close to this. I know the obviously 8-star, which you have, Shineplate Goggle, is probably the best armor in the game even still, with allure stacks and minus 20% physical damage, and then a chance to nullify it, like a 10% chance to nullify it, which is crazy. Probably the best armor in the game still, but this one, being unique, is extremely effective. Like, this is a situation like we've had in the past with multiple units recently, where I'm just going to throw this on them and never take it off. Because there would be no point. It's a very, very good armor. So the paids, unfortunately for people who are not paying players, these are extremely good. And unfortunately for my pools, I had 196 credentials after pulling. So it's kind of indebted to get it. Rip. Hail Sovereign's Ring I have down here is a good shout. I don't know. It's just 1k cap. Sure, he's already doing like 90k in my build. And, 85 plus k in most builds at this point. Like, you probably don't need this. Just add some damage. Mithril Relief's great. Whatever. It needs Pyro Band. Fire, physical, magical attack damage plus 10%. Of course, this is strictly for his physical attack damage. Whatever. There's a lot of options, and I know for people that know how to generally build physical DPS, just using things that are going to amplify his either physical damage or the way his skills work. So, you're looking at raising your fire or light damage, looking at raising cap, you're looking at raising physical or special damage in general, boosting strength as much as you can. Like, there's a lot of things you can do, and these aren't necessarily the best in slot for every scenario, but they're pretty good. Yeah, pretty sick though. Pretty sick unit. What do you think, Buddha? Should we go and mess around with some crap?
Take him into some stuff, or you want to talk about? Oh yeah, I guess we'll.
Yeah, we can do the
show
archive
him off for sure. Yeah, there's not really any great alternative fire swords.
Hey, do you want to do our thing earlier? You want to do the thing we did earlier?
Talking about dual session bully Pablo.
Why not?
Goodness gracious. We can do that. We could do an evening segment.
This was pretty fun earlier.
This is a good time. We're going to see if I can manage it a little better this time. All right.
What did you do last time that you felt you could have done better? Skill usage?
I overestimated the arc damage that I was going to pump out.
With your special? Oh, yeah, your Kagutsuchi. Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
I think what I want to do. I'm going to do the same setup I had.
Don't need this.
Of course, we got to bring best friend. Blade Bay. Is that what I see people calling
You're bringing him?
Oh, I'm bringing him.
I could probably do that too.
But, of course, I'm not giving him any spotlight, so he's going to be walking in with a nice Elder King mask. Make sure he doesn't do nothing.
Very nice. Very nice.
I don't need any.
That's one way to teach him a lesson.
Exactly. And then I think we're just going to stick with a little extra cap.
This works.
And then I am actually going to just go a little overkill with my damage modifiers, because why not? And I have it. I need to move this alert so y'all
honestly don't even know what arc I want to use. I know. Never mind. I know.
Let's try there.
Silly goose.
Plant Slayer. Yeah, we're just going to send it like this. Oh, surprise guest in the chat.
Oh, Lady Buddha, yes. He is ignoring you once again.
She's not happy.
It's funny though.
But she's being a good sport, so.
It's a hype day.
Hi, baby.
It's a hype day.
Oh, we got another 10. So in the meantime, we've gotten $30 donated, $310 for Lake.
Yeah, keep them coming, boys.
Keep them coming. Appreciate
Lake
it
is the
so
god
much.
of LC.
We're at 485 so far.
Nice.
We can just keep racking it up. I just want to. Ideally, I don't want to say anything to Lake, and I just kind of want to deposit money into his little buy me a coffee that he's got set up. But I want to make sure that he can receive the money. So there's probably needs to be some kind of dialogue. Oh, that's right. I did make you some HelloFresh, so that won me some brownie points.
I love it.
Okay, shall we do the thing?
Actually,
hold on. Sorry. I've been I'm
go
distracted
ahead.
now. My lady entered the building.
Unlucky.
We've got lake donations going on. Pirates Feast does not work here. What should we do? What do we do other than Pirates Feast, bro?
Put a honey elixir on one of your other units.
Oh, I have that. No, I'm just
Council
saying.
10?
I'm saying I have 9 SC to spare.
Dude, just
That'll work.
Combo Master. Do it.
Sent. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Did we just? Oh, see, you have the Council of 10. That's all right. I'll figure it out.
You'll make it work.
I'm ready when you are.
This is not a race. This is just fun to just
I
bully
know,
Pablo
it's just, it is very fun.
All right, you give me a countdown on 1.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Let's send it. I wonder if we should do that. I've seen for other games, some content creators, they create their own races to complete certain things.
I wonder who would do that.
Oh, well, you're winning already. What is this lag? Okay. What are we doing
It's
here?
not, again, it's not a race.
Just ridiculous, man.
Sure is.
It's just some nice caps, man. What do we got going on here? Just cuz.
Pretty fun.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool just to watch him do his stuff.
It really is. He does a very nice job at damage. Legit, like a very top damage dealer in the game.
Ah, you're doing what I was gonna do.
Just obliterating him?
Yeah. It's just a good time.
It really is. I can't deny it.
You got me beat on the caps a little bit, but I don't even get to see my caps. So there they are. I did cross the 100K, so I'm not mad at it.
Nice.
Not mad at it.
It's not a race.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Pablos got a chance to take a step.
Yeah, that was a 39. That was a pretty good run, honestly, on mine part.
39. What did I get? Ooh, yuck. 52, but new record for me. I need to work on my
Nice.
speed a little bit.
I mean, I've done this battle maybe 1,000 times. Not with him, but like in general.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of how they spawn and stuff.
He's
how much
pretty
damage
disgusting. It just feels good to treat a stage like I did get into the game when Pablo was still a bit tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So to just do what we have done to this plant for the last year and a half.
Just humiliate it.
It does feel good for the times it nuked me and I didn't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Never gets old. It's like the bully that you revisit. But now I kind of just feel bad. So,
yep.
Kind of mimics life in that way. But anyway, I mean, that's physical damage, Adel. Coupled with his special, he can just do cap damage. Again, we're fighting a very fire-weak boss, however.
Yeah, agreed.
I still don't think many fire units can deal their full special damage against Pablo when you build them like for physical damage.
Right. I mean, I don't think so either. Here's my question for you. Do you want to do Purple Gate and then do some light damage?
Ooh. I like where your head's at.
In the clouds, baby.
I can switch it up real quick.
Huh?
And what's nice is I get to actually use light Mega Drive because I don't have fire Mega Drive.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure all my stuff's good.
We have Divinity Buster, so I can take back my Slayer. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Give you... Boom. We're going to go
okay,
like
and
that.
just like that, if you want to set them for light, essentially, what I do, since I do have them, I essentially just take off the fire boost, put on the light boost, and then put on Holy Chant. Bang, we're ready to go.
Very easy. Change my swords real quick. I don't have Zajadosian increased, so I like to use Excalibur for the extra
Excalibur's
crit
a
rate.
fantastic weapon.
Mm-hmm. And then I
Absolutely
just
fantastic weapon.
swap this for Equilibrium Sphere because it's lovely. And we're ready to go. And just like that, you've got a light unit. It's pretty
Just
dope.
like that.
Another
also,
10. Thank you,
I have to
Markel.
use the Prefects of God.
Awesome,
because,
awesome, awesome.
I literally have to. What's cool about this arc is that, especially in places like multiplayer, the first 4 skills, which are generally we're only going to be using 4 skills or less. This is where we're going to get some damage, huge damage cap for him, and especially for like lower. This is good on him, sure, Prefects of God, but you know, a lot of people have the option of Arch being El Giovanna, which is, you know, a very good arc as well for single wielders. Where this arc is going to be crazy on him, on units, is like ones that have generally lower arc. 8k is a lot of damage, especially a big chunk of damage for lower tier units. So I'm going to do a locker room you can join. I'm going to bring Tinkili. You want to bring Balin or Sarah?
I'll bring Balin.
Yep. Or we don't need to steal. It's fine. Vember and Russell are confirming that going over what arcs would be good for Adel is an option. So we can do that after this if
sure.
you would like. Yeah. We'll do after this run. As I definitely wanted to show off his single wielding and single wielding, his firing and light damage.
Yeah. I see a lot of people talk about, you know, he looks like a generic shonen protagonist, but I'm a sucker for that look, man. I think he looks dope.
He actually he impressed me with what he did, what they changed in game, right? So his sprite in game before this was like a big bulky dude. It did look like crap. They did a great job of improving his sprite.
Yes,
seriously, I actually feel like he's a completely different unit than what we saw before, which is I'm totally okay with. Also, who's hitting for 100? Am I hitting for 100 right now?
You are, but I forgot.
Yes.
Pirate's Feast. Oh, but I have Balin Wop. It's okay. It's okay.
Do?
I do.
That's awesome. Well, this boss is gonna absolutely shred it, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it does it? Yeah, I mean, I'm hitting for 91s, over 91.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is craziness.
You can just spam his S1. Like, it's just ridiculous. Well, you do on the final wave. All we're doing is spamming S1. Just FYI.
Yeah, fine with that.
Okay. Can't.
Yeah, you're the 100s. I'm the 91.
Yeah.
just seeing that number be just consistent casual.
Yeah, there's no lead up to it.
It's hard to digest. That's what makes this guy so wild.
S1s, let's go. Absolutely chunking the boss. Strictly S1s.
How much HP was that?
I think it's only like 6 million, yeah,
6
but
million.
it's...
I mean...
Dragon's annoying as heck for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean,
now,
that's relative to Ardeen Dragon Buster, or Dragon whatever.
Kind of.
Maybe
Ardeen's
not
still
quite.
technically faster, but here's the thing. With Ardeen, you have to, at least in this very specific scenario, right?
Correct.
You have to activate Dragon Buster and then get into range and then attack. He kind of just zoomies S1s and he just obliterates. So it's probably about the same speed because Ardeen will catch up. That's
right.
for sure.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's quite disgusting.
Let's go over arcs for him. How about that?
I'm fine.
Any of your suggestions, because I have them all up here. Obviously, if you want to look through them, maybe throw out some. We'll bring up a couple at a time. Obviously, for multiplayer, like I just talked about, Prefects of God is going to be really good for him, and mostly any unit that you live in or that you bring into like multiplayer that you know you're going to use only a few skills on. This arc does not lend itself to working very well in long-term battles, so just going to preface that. That's why I was using it at that time. What you were using was the Arch being El Giovanna. Of course, gives massive cap boost to skill and special damage if you're only wielding one weapon. And he's a single wielder, gives strength boost, gives, you know, basic status ailment resistant buff. Very, very good for him, just as an equipable arc. And it also, if you already have this, I'm not saying, obviously these are UR suggestions if you already have this. I'm just pointing out Light Mega Drive is good for him, obviously, if you're going to be using Holy Enchant. And switching him to Light. So those are two URs that are great on him. Now, obviously, in our both of our recommendations, Council of 10 is phenomenal for SCT-based units, which is his physical DPS, so of course it's going to be very good. That's kind of without needing to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go into SSRs, because
Talk about
fire...
SSRs.
I mean, all right, so cap real quick. I mean, any of the URs that bring cap on fire or light, like Kagetsuchi and Amaterasu, that you can obviously use. You can use Melee Mare if you're using cap 4 and damage 4 during ailments, if you felt like it. But any of the other arcs. Now, my pick for any kind of damage, and a lot of picks, probably the most DPS-oriented arc in the entire game when it can be used, is Icy Guardian. Because he's a single wielder, and he has crit 3 and 8. He has Doppelhander and 8. You can put on him Ardor, the rest of the crits, fast crit if you feel like it. Fire critical raise. I think we have light critical raise at this point. I don't remember, but
Yep.
if you felt like using that stuff to improve your critical rate and he's already capping, Icy Guardian via Pursuits is going to be an absolutely nasty arc. And I think you've explained this many times in your showcases of why this arc is phenomenal, is because it bypasses your caps by adding Pursuits based on the enemy's resists. Pretty nasty on the arc. This is one of the best arcs in the game, even still, in the situations where it can be used, and the enemy's ice resistance is not that high. Sure. I mean, you got any other options? I think Stardust Live is a good shout, because of, the all skill stocks +1.
Yes.
Especially in places where you have wave battles where you can utilize things like Pirate's Feast. Getting an extra skill stock of everything is sick, in my opinion. Swordsman's Tale, probably one of my favorite arcs in the game, just giving general boosted damage for... This is mostly used against bosses. Yeah, up to 40% if the boss is huge. So, definitely a good skill.
Yep.
Or a good arc. Buddha?
Yeah. I mean, how free-to-play friendly do you want to go?
I don't want to go into SRs at all.
Okay.
But, like,
Then we won't touch
those
it.
are probably the strongest SSRs.
For sure.
I mean, you're looking at even Terror of Granzelia is pretty nice with the strength value,
Swordsman's Tale is always a classic.
Pirate Ship is also very good, especially for giving the whole team flinch res. Like, yeah, for 10 seconds, that's a very good skill, or a very good arc. Unchained Beast is great. Like, pretty much anything that works on any other physical DPS, as long as it's not attribute locked, are good.
I think I feel like we need to start shifting the perspective. You can tell me how you feel about this, but like arcs are never, unless it's extremely tailored, arcs are never like essential for a unit. They're used mainly to round out builds.
Right.
Like there's no arc that's made for X character. And so, it's more of a cherry on top. So when people start this game and they're looking for their arc to use, it's not that simple, unfortunately.
No, it's not. Like you and I have always talked about and tried to spread the word that builds are situational for the battle you're fighting. Right? You do not. There's no like one size fits all build for every single content. You need to learn the game and start understanding what's useful where. And I feel like you've put out enough guides about that kind of stuff. I feel like I put out enough guides about that stuff. Lake especially has given us enough guides about that, or the information's there for you to learn. Talking with the community and learning how to build units is crazy. So, yes. does you very well if you join the community and are very active. But yeah. Obviously, some very good physical DPS arcs. He's a physical DPS at heart, and that's like where I would use him.
Did you go? Okay, I see where you're going. Dope.
You okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
I kind of already said something about this, but
yeah, I don't.
We're gonna just level it out, right?
Sure.
The best things about it, that 8,000 cap boost and 40% damage on 4 skills. After that, he's going to need to die and res again in order to get the same boost. So, situational, it's burst battles that are like 4 or less skills, which are great. Anything more than that, and this arc falls off a little bit. So, learnables though, some solid learnables, honestly. These are some of my favorite that we've got in a while, and some that are very, very potent. Skill stock 1, double impact we've had on stuff before. Fast no attribute wall is really nice for things like arena, where units might be using non-attribute damage to try to nuke you. or in battles where you know the boss is going to be using non-attribute damage, it's a free wall minus 20% damage of that at the battle start. So just having this as an option is really nice. Human killer, I don't really give a shit about. I don't know about you. I just don't. 7 SC for the basic regular attacks. I don't find many battles where I'll be needing more than one or more than two of these. If I had to use two, which would be 8 SC for these kinds of killers, I probably would just equip those anyways and not care about human killer. You can circumvent this very easily. Sky High 2 though, this is probably my favorite thing on the arc. Mostly because it stacks with Sky High 1, and you know how many both physical attacks and magical attacks, specials, arc skills all raise things off the ground to get damage? Quite a few. It's 7 SC, yes, but that's a really strong 30% damage. And I see myself equipping this on many, many units, and definitely teaching it to like almost literally everyone, because any damage to airborne enemies, airborne means even if they're a millimeter off the ground, it's going to slap really hard and give you that boost. So. Fire Mega Drive, we expected this to be 15 SC. This is more of a luxury skill, and of course for him, with having both physical and special damage on Adel, and those two being parts of his strong suits, this is very useful, and this is going to be useful for any other fire units that you have coming out with both physical and special nukers. So, is it desirable? Yes. Is it a necessary thing to have in your account to chase a UR? Never. You should never chase URs unless you're prepared to go fully to pity. So, yeah. Pretty nice arc, though, if I had to say. We'll go over the arc skill in a sec, but the Punishment's Edge, the Arc Leader Ward, I am so glad they fixed this description. It used to say boost fire attack damage based on number of enemies with debuffs, but they actually replaced it with boost fire attack damage based on number of debuffs on enemies, which is what we thought it was. We kind of was like, that sounds very weird to have a boost based on number of enemies with debuffs. But yeah, it's based on number of debuffs on enemies. And like I've said in the past, I've used debuffs all the time. And 6 debuffs is not that many. Like we talked about when Thouser came out, like there's a lot of ways to get debuffs on enemies. And if you have this and you don't have any other crazy sword, this is a sword that boosts all fire attack damage. That means physicals, specials, magic, and arc skills with debuffs. So pretty nice. I like this sword a lot. If you don't have the special or the paid item, or you don't have Kagutsuchi, this is a very good option for him, for Adel at least. Let's go to the arc skill, because the Prefects of God arc skill is actually pretty interesting. Give all enemies a damage dealt minus 30% debuff that gradually cuts HP. Now, I did forget to test this before the stream about how much gradually cut HP does, or what exactly that means. So I am not unsure of what exactly it means. We might want to go test that. But it does give a damage dealt minus 30%, so it completely nullifies 30% of the output of damage of the boss, or of the enemy itself, because it's an AoE thing, which creates 2 debuffs. And we just talked about the sword loves debuffs. That damage dealt debuff and the gradual cut HP debuff are relatively unique debuffs to an account. Those will cut or bring 10% damage to the weapon for this arc. But give all enemies, human enemies, Prefects of God debuff, which cuts movement speed and strength, defense, intelligence, mind 10% more. Yeah, it's that's another separate debuff if they're human. That's 3 debuffs already applied. And this one cuts movement speed and strength, defense, intelligence, mind 10% more. I really like it. Now, with that said, I do want to go for a second and go test to see what happens here, because I have not done this yet. I want to go into Fighting Theria and bring him alone and just use the arc skill and run around and see what happens.
Do it.
If you're down for that.
I want to see it. We've been looking for a swimsuit Tinkili debuff version for a very long time now.
We have been, and I have low-ish hopes. But so, what we're looking for here is, I'm gonna watch the max HP and see if it drops innately, and see when it stops. And I would love to see how fast they're moving when they get because these are all human enemies, when they get that Prefects of God debuff. Okay, so they're gonna get 3 debuffs. Sweet. Okay, they didn't slow down very much.
Nope.
It's definitely not a shifting killie, but you know what? It's not leveled up, so I don't know.
Yeah, if it scales.
Oh, are they taking damage?
They are. They're taking 9999. I mean, isn't that the same?
Okay,
as...
so this is not cutting the HP or in real. They're just taking damage.
Isn't that how the other ones are phrased as well?
I think so. But
I think it is. Let me look at Spirit
It's
Riot.
literally just doing damage.
Yeah, that's. I figured it was just like a circle.
Okay, so the debuff says this thing cut damage, regularly cut HP. Okay. I was hoping it was like a similar thing to the Thouser or the Grogue, where it actually cut the max HP.
It's so nice looking.
Yeah.
It's just nice numbers, man.
All right, so that's not as effective as I thought, but it is 3 debuffs, and the human aspect of that is pretty strong. I would love to see how much it goes up as you get to max, because the damage goes up to 50%, the minus 50% damage given or output by the enemies. But I want to see if the movement speed increases, and I know the stats increase to 20, but the movement speed is like always an unsaid thing. And I would love to see if it goes up. But okay, that explains a lot about the arc. I wish it was a max HP cutting, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, they definitely cucked that description.
It's all right. All right. Buddha, what's on the docket? What do you want to roll with? Because Adel and the Ark are pretty darn good. There's a lot of stuff
covered. Yes. Shall we start with? I think we should bring up, if possible. I don't know how I would manage this. The Ark exchange ticket.
Okay. So, obviously, when you jump in here, your upper left, Ark exchange ticket. You click that, you get the Ark ticket. What are you gonna do? You put out a video. I put out a video. If you have questions on what to choose, I think you should watch that for a more detailed response. But just to preface it, I think we would both agree there's 4 arcs or 4 to 6 arcs in there that are even under consideration. It's like Great War of Ruin, Council of 10, which are the top 2, then Theopolis, Melee Mare, which are the top 4, and then you're looking at like Archbeing Eldravon and Loug Zeus. Those are like the top 6 that I would recommend for people to look at. If you don't have any of those, then you can literally just pick whatever you want towards the end. But I think Great War of Ruin is first priority and Council of 10 is second priority. I think those are the 2 game-changing arcs. Even at level 1 arc skill, Council of 10 is still very, very potent. And even at level 1 arc skill, Great War of Ruin is utterly game-changing. Exactly. So, Theo's not far behind, and I think it has its own preface. If you prefer PvP kind of stuff, I would actually probably just say go for Theo if you don't give a shit about PvE content. But you can't make a wrong decision when it comes to the top 2, 3, or 4 arcs. They're all very, very good and bring their own niche uses to the table, as well as super powerful synergies with your account. And that's kind of all we need to say, honestly, I feel like.
I do. Yeah, I think that's...
Go watch the videos. Like, you put out a great video. I put out a video for it. Like,
go watch the videos for the...
Those will be much more expansive and helpful than what we can explain right now on the podcast.
There's tons of details packed in there. But our first... we didn't consult at all with each other. Our 1 through 4 are the same for the reasons that Tweets just laid out. Those are account changers. The other arcs, his list and mine actually vary quite differently, and I think that just proves the point. They're not terribly off, but there are a couple that are just swapped.
So that's what we can
Amaterasu is the lowest for sure. But the point being, those last 6 arcs or 7 arcs are just very situational.
Yeah.
Compared to the first 4, which are universally game changing for your account. So
I agree.
If you're not, if you've already have the first 4, congrats. The other 7 you can pick from. It's not like you can't make a wrong decision, I would say, except for Amaterasu. Pick any of the other ones before Amaterasu.
Yeah, but the ones that we say are going to be the best ones you possibly can pick do have the account wide effects.
Yes,
that are useful across your account. Like if you had all 11 available and you pick Kagutsuchi, well, cool. You're going to use it on your fire units, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. But a lot of good options, and I think there's a lot of information out there to get an informed decision on what to pick. Why don't we go with... Do you want to talk about the gachas that are on right now?
We could talk about them. There's a lot of them.
Because, I mean, one's missing from mine. I think you can bring them up.
I can show it.
There's $300 UR banners.
Yeah.
And I think we should bring those up because people are asking, I can almost guarantee you ask, well, are they worth it? What's good about them? Well, here's the thing. They have, I think it's 4 or 5 generally units that are on rate up, which are at 0.5%, 8%, somewhere around there. Can you check?
I mean, you can bring it up on the iPad, no?
Oh my goodness, I was, you're already in the screen.
What's going on, bro? You can check the percentages.
Yep. So Arks big. I don't actually know what their units aren't even on rate up. All right, that's confusing to me. I thought they were on rate up. It's just DOH units. No.
Yeah, there's no.
Oh, those are the only DOH units in the lobby. Are these ones? Huh.
Yeah, no rate up though.
No rate up.
No
Interesting.
rate up.
So those are the DOH units that you can possibly get, and there's one guaranteed from the grouping, and then one guaranteed UR. And the UR, as you can tell with the probability, with the 1.564% for the URs, or any arc in there, it only includes SSRs and only includes URs. It's a very high percentage for getting URs in this. I only got one in my pool, but a lot of people have gotten multiple.
Oh yeah.
And they have split up into 3 different parts. They have a pool of units and a pool of arcs that are going to be prevalent on those. So you choose which one you want. Obviously, I did the one that has Adel and the new arc on it to try to snag it. Didn't work. But these are, if you're missing, these are most worth if you're missing a lot of URs and a lot of DOH units, in my opinion.
Yeah. Did you talk
this can be a game changer. I know some people have pulled some crazy pulls from this. But this is your best place if you're going to try to get URs. With that said, this is paid gems. So if you're a free-to-play player, completely ignore anything we're saying.
Exactly.
It's just
depressing.
If you're someone who's willing to spend $100 and try to get one of these things, I hope we can give you some correct advice. And by using the tier list and using, maybe the advice that we've given in our videos about the URs themselves, maybe you'll chase one or the other and see what's going on with the decisions for your account.
Did you talk about what else you get when you summon on these?
I did not, but you do get 3 extra. So there's this banner for Adel. Essentially, you get 3 multi-tickets worth on this banner as well, and 35 credentials for the paid shop. So it's not like you're just getting that one multi. You do get some stuff with it, which is important because $100 for one single multi is a little crazy. But you get 3 multis to choose on banners with the new arc and Adel on rate up at 0.08% and 0.8% and 0.4% for the UR. So you'll get 30 more pools for that. You'll get credentials for the paid shop. It's not a bad deal, I would say. It definitely takes care of the paid gems that you would have put in spending that much anyways for 3 multis, and plus 3 more multis of the tickets. So you can get a lot of stuff. It's not the worst deal in the world. I would say the $100 UR banners and the $100 guaranteed stuff from collabs are probably some of the best money you could spend in the game if you decided to spend anything. I would actually say the best money in the game to spend at all is the LC pass, but that's just me.
That is a good deal right there.
Whew. But yeah, so that's kind of concludes the gacha. You'll get these tickets along, or of course many of you have gotten them already and spent them. The 3.5 year ticket gacha itself with Adel and the Ark, and maybe people pulled that, and I'm very, very salty. The hero ticket gacha, you kind of can just ignore. This is only going to be usable with tickets you get from the paid shop, from that stuff you would buy in there. Which is, what are you doing right now? Are you pulling with tickets? Yeah, nothing really here to mention because you probably won't be using those unless you get something from the shop itself. But that takes care of the gacha. I think I want to talk about the alchemy stuff because we got some really interesting things, and I think this thing in the upper left is coercing me into talking about it.
Do it.
Let's see. First of all, the UI, which you showed out, you pointed to me, has changed drastically, which is great because this will help us. I mean, it helps me manage things a lot easier. The materials, first of all, the materials alchemy, they now have tabs. Instead of scrolling all the way down
Oh,
and trying to find stuff, like doing this the whole way with all 4 tabs, you can just switch very, very easily, which is huge because I was always scrolling. It was so annoying. I would go for these mega clusters and alchemizing mega clusters, or I'd go for like the Godforge stuff and scroll down. But now it's all in a very nice place, in my opinion.
It is.
This is stuff I'll probably never use, but we have the ability stuff. So mega clusters, grimoires, clusters, crystals, crystallites, all that good stuff to forge. The God Forge stuff, which is now all the God Spheres, the conglomerate God Spheres as well as the base ones, awesome. And then we have others, which is this is the new stuff that has been added, right? We have this thing called God Relic Prisms, which are basically what we would call them mother prisms. Your prism that can be used for any unit, which will give them a dupe SC, 2 plus 2 SC. So whenever you fuse and get God Relic Prism shards, you can use 10 to convert to this. Now, these options right here are severely limited. I don't think these are going to come out very often, like the God Relic Prism shards, the Prism Soul shards, and then we have like the dust down here. I don't think these are going to come out very often. They said they're pretty much going to be rewards for events or maybe rankings and all that kind of stuff to use for units, because these are pretty valuable, right? Having basically a mother prism to use, get plus 2 SC on any unit you use, even if they're limited, which I'll be saving mine for like OP limited units that I'm not going to be pulling later in banners. That's probably where they're going to be most effective, right? Prism Souls, this is going to turn into your actual Awakened Prisms used for Awakens 5 and 6, which tells me that, unfortunately, because they're making these more accessible, which tells me that Awakening 7 and 8 are not far off. Because this is what you'd be using them for. The only way to pull these originally is to pull dupes and gacha. And the fact that they're making these shards available to craft means that this stuff might become more prevalent. And the fact that, it was already an issue using 6 Awakening Prisms to max out a unit at plus 6 Awaken. So 2 and 4 for Awakens 5 and 6. That was already a lot of task, a large task for you to do, because unless you're pulling constantly and wailing out, you're probably not going to be able to Awaken 6 a ton of units. But now they're making it more prevalent. So that just, again, leads me to believe that Awaken 7 and 8 might be on the horizon. I think the coolest thing they gave us in this craft shop is the Stardust shards. And especially the UR ones. They gave us a UR shard, 10 UR shards for free in like the menu rewards basically in the front screen to craft 1 UR dust for free, which is sick. I'm a big fan of that. I'm really, really glad that they actually gave us it, which is sweet. Like, and seeing this stuff, and maybe they'll add these into events in the future, and not just the UR dust themselves. That gives me that warms my heart to say that maybe these will be more accessible for the overall population, because maybe they're not going to give everyone UR dust straight up, but a lot of events they might give 1, 2, 3 UR dust for people to use, right? Right. I don't know. Then LR, SSR, SR, and R dust. Awesome. And you talked about, the importance of SR dust. I feel like this stuff is going to be pretty prevalent. I feel like the UR dust is going to be the UR shards are going to be pretty rare. Yeah, I love that they actually they made these craftable, because no matter when you get them or what you get them, if you can craft them, you can use them. I don't know. Big fan. Well, Buddha, should we continue into alchemy and talk about what else was added?
You mean what's disappointing?
Well, there's a couple that are okay, but yeah, not really.
I did say.
And in general, it's disappointing. Yes, I agree with you, and I know why you're saying that.
I did say I would leave it up to you.
Yeah, the alchemy stuff. We had a bunch of Crimson equips go into the shop that you can obviously snag for. I think it was 9 or 10 units. It was like up until shift a little bit way back, like a year and a half ago, and then you can God Forge those now. Which not all of the effects are that great, honestly. I think there's a few in here, like shift Lilibet's sword is pretty good. Alice's stuff is pretty good to increase her special. Then you have Emtheria's stuff, which is alright. Like, nothing in here is really that game changing, in my opinion. I think AOG Lily got her accessories like now 5,000 cap at 75% light damage, which is wild. But again, All of those units are quite old, very much power crept. I mean, besides Emtheria, I wouldn't hate you if you went and did Emtheria stuff. Like, obviously, don't think she needs anything. Her kit, even with permanent stuff, is almost perfect. But if you wanted to God Forge her stuff and grab her stuff from the Crimson Shop, no one's gonna hate you. But I don't think any of this stuff is worth Crimson War. With the prevalence of URs nowadays and how many we have, I think UR Dust is absolutely where the Crimson War should go. And this stuff for the God Forge is really only that useful if you already bought it and have it. So, I don't know. None of those units are crazy, except for like Emtheria. I think that's about it. God Forge enhancement is obviously going to take a ton of investment, so even if you wanted to do these, like just farming Bahamut and farming all of the other God Forge stages is kind of a long track of finishing them all. So I'll be doing it, but it's not going to feel great for a lot of the equips because a lot of them don't really make a difference to me. But yeah, Alchemy it is. Shall we do the event, Buddha?
I'm already in it.
You're literally doing it nice. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff in the events. We actually got Towers back. We got the anniversary match. We got the 3.5 year anniversary, 5 Kappa Battle Lords, and 4 Lord Strike again. This 3.5 year anniversary, make sure everyone does this. I mean, everyone's probably clicked on it at some point, right? This gives you basically 3,000 free gems, which is sweet. The 5 Capital Battle Lords and the 4 Lord Strike again. We've had these battles before, but if you're relatively new, these might pose a little bit of an issue. The 5 Capital Battle Lords, maybe not as much. You just use light DPS there. And Adel, of course, is going to be fantastic. And if you can't beat it, obviously find a support from the community. That's the best way to do it. And then 4 Lord Strike again, which is a pronouncement at the end, which is a quest that many people struggle with.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
So I actually found this one to be interesting because Baron is actually a jerk in this one again. He's always the problem child of them all. So it's the same thing as last time though. This is like, I know I put out a video on it. I know a lot of people can help with this, but the whole Geolucial strat with this is definitely the way to go. If you have questions about what that is or what carries there are, there's actually something in the main LC Discord right now. There's a thread for veterans to post their friend codes, and people that need help can just add them. So if you do need help with this quest, I recommend going to the main LC Discord and asking around there. But yeah, you can do it with a bunch of different units. I think Geolucial is the most carry friendly. You can use things like Alice. You can use things like Maja, Chef Lagerbos. There's certain strategies that you would need to know about the battle in order to maybe get used to it or understand what's happening. But yeah, definitely search out some help if you feel like you need it, because that's definitely not an easy battle. Now we get to the actual event, where we're getting some pretty crazy rewards, I would say. If you haven't played this game before and been through Slay rewards or Slay count events, basically, you farm these tickets, you steal in the final wave with Beast Hunter, quote-unquote, Buddha, come on, nice video. You go steal with Beast Hunter on the final wave, get those extra drops. And on the hardest version you can do, and then you take those tickets into the Festival of Mega Beasts, and you fight the hardest difficulty you can. You don't need to do the hardest difficulty. The hardest difficulty just gives you more coins. If you feel like doing the easiest difficulty, that's fine, because for our community slays, they all count the same. You don't have to crush the hardest difficulty. Like it's totally fine. And we'll get these every single day. But what you get for slaying, and you will need to clear at least 5 times, 5 plus slays. If our community does 20,000 plus slays a day, which I think we'll handily have throughout the entire event, you get a ton of rewards. So for the first day before reset, after maintenance, we actually got a ton of red gems, red coins, and 10 Ethereum. For day 2, if you've done your 5 slays and the community has done 20,000, you will get 500 Mother Souls and green coins. We'll get gold bars the 3rd day. We'll get a conglomerate of all of it on day 4, which is, again, 500 Mother Souls, 10 Ethereum, and a bunch of other stuff. And then it resets. There's 8 days of this, which is pretty cool.
Not mad at it.
No, not mad at all. But, yeah, you'd be wanting to do this. Make sure you at least do 5 of these every single day. pretty cool. But I think one of the more important things is make sure you're doing your bonus challenge every day. This is at the bottom, which you may not have seen. Honestly, people probably miss it. But scroll to the bottom, and this bonus challenge you can do once per day. Make sure you steal here, because I actually don't think you can. You know, that I'm thinking about. I think I did a Beast Hunter and everything missed, which means that the enemies cannot be stolen from. So either you can or you can't steal. I actually don't think you can steal here.
They've started doing that with the bonus challenges, I think, to not exclude those without a level 10 Beast Hunter.
I would agree, yes. So, what this is basically these enemies have like 7 health, but it's like, a 7 hit health. You have to hit them 7 times and they're dead. It's like it's not a hard challenge at all. It's literally one of the easiest things you could possibly do in the game. But what it does is it has a massive drop table of a random chance for any of this stuff to drop. It gives you 50 tickets. I think it's like 70 anniversary medals. Excuse me. And then something random to drop here. Of course, I've done it twice. I did it before and after reset. I got a purple crystal, a purple cluster, and a large gold piece. But what you can get, and why you'd be wanting to do this every day, is you can get a radiance. I haven't seen anyone post them getting a radiance yet, but it's in the drop table. So definitely make sure you go and do this. Just for the chance at it. I assume I'll probably not get any during the entire challenge period, but never. There's rainbow potions. There's Ethereon, Mother Souls, all the mega clusters, radiances. Like, this is very much worth to do. And make sure you're doing that every single day. And like I said, it's all the way at the bottom, which is kind of crappy. I wish it was at the top. I don't know why they did that, but scroll all the way bottom, bonus challenge. Make sure you do that every single day.
We're gonna see what I get.
As for the mission rewards, they go up to 30k right now. Prism shards, more tickets, souls, orb recovers, all that good stuff. Nothing crazy at the moment. I hopefully hope to. Oh god, 10 clusters. Yikes. But yep, that's the event for you for actual doing the event. Now for the trading space where you spend your coins. I think there was a couple different. This shop is extensive, by the way. Like, there are. All right, so there's a couple weapons that I'm not scrolling to go see. That you should buy. They're weapon and armor that are kind of like nerfed versions of Adel's stuff. But Adel has a prism you can get here, as well as some souls, and then we can get prism shards, prism soul shards, grimoires, Ethereon, mother souls, crystals, radiances for every single color of coin. So this is kind of crazy because we get this. First of all, the most important things I would say are the radiances for 5th enhance. We have every single type of radiance in the shop, depending on what color the coins are. This one's red, so it's giving worldly. I believe green is the foreign radiance, and the blue gives you a visionary radiance if you get coins. You can also get Godforge materials for this. Of course, I bought them already. And Mega Clusters. Mega Clusters, Godforge, here's another Radiance, more Godforge stuff. Prayer Stardust, more Prism Shards, Soul Shards. And then we repeat it over again with the last one with Radiances, more Godforge stuff, Stardust, Shards, and then Mega Clusters. So the shop's pretty extensive, which I am a big fan of because this will be rewarding you for actually doing your slays every day. So make sure you're going into the event and doing your slays. Sick. Now, Buddha, did you look at the anniversary medal trading space?
I did.
Pretty sweet, in all seriousness. It has every single type of radiance, one of each. It has some celebratory stuff, which I haven't been able to buy yet because I spent, I forget how much I spent on whatever else I bought. Let me check at the bottom. But tickets, SSR guaranteed, SR plus, Gacha tickets, radiances, worlds, mother souls, Ethereon, mega clusters. Is that pretty much it? Oh yeah, Godforge materials, sick in here. LB materials, you love to see it. This is a ton in here. Oh my god.
They're both really nice trading spaces.
Yep, and then we got two more celebratory stuff. I didn't read what it does. But yeah, a lot of good stuff in here. And you get these coins by just auto running. So, yeah, please go auto run during the day. You'll get these from quests. You can get these from your friend points if you set them as such. If you don't feel like auto running, But auto running is definitely the easiest way to get a ton of these rewards very, very quickly. You can almost clear out the shop. Make sure you're getting the high tier stuff that we cannot snag often. I don't hate crit. I don't hate crit rate. Okay, what's this one? Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, solid event, solid shops. That's some pretty nice quality of life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else we have, Boots. I mean, revamps to Arena. That was pretty cool, but I don't really think it's changed anything.
No.
I played Arena a little bit today, and I was still doing around the same amount of damage, and the spawns were quicker. So the whole dynamic of Arena changed a little bit because things do spawn back in faster. So you can either kill faster, or end the battle faster, or even get abruptly interrupted faster by a spawning unit. So. Yeah, instant SCT is still going to be the way to go with Spellrunner. They didn't really nerf it at all.
Nope.
It doesn't feel like it. Yeah.
Oh, that was a big fail.
Belly's got a good... Thank you, Belly. We should talk about the mission reward stuff. You talked about in your video, so whoever, anybody has any questions about Beast Hunter, SR Dust, go watch Buddha's video about snagging this stuff immediately, playing multiplayer quests, even a new account. A new account can get a level 10 Ark skill Beast Hunter in the first hour of playing, which is nuts. Definitely go check out that video if you guys have any questions. But yeah, we had an update to Godforge mission rewards as well as multiplayer. So the multiplayer itself, those mission rewards got reset. If you play with up to 200 players, you can get up to a maximum of 6,100 free gems. So guys, just make sure you're getting out there and playing with new people in multiplayer, because it'll get you another 2 multis worth, which is nice. And then we had Godforge. So the amount of Godforge you did, Godforge completions, the first 30 you could get singles for, and I think it was regular tickets, SR plus tickets. You could get up to 30 for those, and then at every 50 tickets up to 1,200, you could get either a single ticket or a multi. I think it was 12 multis I got, and 12 single tickets from that. So that's a long way coming, but it didn't give any gems or anything, which was the most disappointing part. I was hoping the Godforge stuff would reward us with gems, but now instead I got a crap ton of tickets because I've done so much Godforge, and now I have 18 multis of the general permanent banner, which is cool. Yeah, I get it. But I'm not really going to use those until we have some OP permanent unit come out, and I can or I need Crimson Ore or something like that. I don't know. The mission rewards sounded cool, are a lot better in theory when we didn't know what they were, because we could speculate what they might be. But I'm assuming, and I know your reaction and probably a lot of other people's reactions when we realized that maybe not. They're maybe not that good. Now, the best thing about, I think, playing multiplayer is that you run one multiplayer quest, you get that rainbow potion. That's the biggest reward, I think.
It's built for new players.
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
Doubt. Because if
the rainbow potion, the SR dust, whew.
The SR dust, and then do you see what happens after you get the 50? You start getting 10 of those gold rare multi-coins every 10 multiplayer Room Master runs, which is quite a lot compared to how many multiplayer runs it takes to accumulate those things.
Huh, I didn't know that.
So I discovered
so
that.
they gave you 50 SR dust, and then they moved over to the rare multi-coins.
Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen any of that yet because I haven't hosted enough rooms because I'm selfish. So
but again, for us players that have been around since the start of multiplayer, we have everything that there is to buy in that shop. I mean, there's refreshing materials which we can snag with that kind of reward, but it's not exciting for endgame. But for the crystallites that you were collecting for every multiplayer stage you run, that turns into actual crystal amounts, and it seems like if
crystal amounts as in gems.
No, I'm sorry.
Damn, bro, come on, don't.
Ability board crystals. Okay.
That's still a lot for generally running one quest and
That's
getting
what
200 baby ones.
Yes. So it starts with the crystallites, then it turns into the colors, and then I'm sure it scales up. But that would have been nice as a new account when I think about it that way.
For sure.
It encouraged.
It encouraged
you to play multiplayer a lot. as a new player.
I think the mission rewards are very, very new player friendly, especially. So as much as I hate to say like those ticket rewards aren't really useful for me, for newer players and for just doing your God Forges, and especially not being able to pull as much as you might. I mean, yes, you'll have a plenty of influx of gems when you're new, but just getting a bunch of stuff off of tickets, like new arcs, new permanent SR arcs that are vital to your account, any more options to get more stuff is good. So yeah,
absolutely
makes sense.
Absolutely.
I think the one thing we did miss, or at least I didn't talk about, was the daily free 10 spin. So make sure you guys are doing this every day. Obviously, we have 27 days or 28 days ish to use up 25 worth of daily free gachas. So don't skip your days. You can't save these till the end, like I know Buddha did. Well, tried to do that one time. You cannot save these, so make sure you're going into this every day. I wish they had this on the front screen, but I get why they don't, because they want to encourage you to like look at the gem banners first. But you have to scroll over and go snag the daily free 10 spin.
Don't miss out on those free summons, y'all.
I really thought we'd have a way to get this arc, dude.
Yeah,
other than the paid.
We don't have to even talk about it.
This is the only way to get it. Still. Unless I'm missing something.
I want to know who at Adis has this arc framed in their office. It's their favorite arc.
I don't get it, man. I really don't. Like, I know it has Automatisse.
So
I know the Arc Eater reward can be useful for some like meme strats, or not meme strats, but like effective arena strats. Cool. But like, why is this arc like this SSR arc more limited than like every other arc in the game?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Billy, you could roll on this banner with it included on I think it was last year.
That's how I got it. It was 2 Valentines ago.
It wasn't, but this is not. It's right now. Like, why is it? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand the appeal. I really just don't get why this random arc is so coveted by them.
Strange to me. Very, very strange to me. Oh, goodness gracious. Did we really cover everything? I thought we were going to be on here for 2 hours.
I talk real fast.
Yeah, you do. I guess we've gotten our flow. We've been doing this a while. I think together,
we got the double screens, bro. Like, come on.
Bro, we're stepping it up.
Should we play with Adel some more? I think we should.
I'm down. We can run some multiplayer.
We should open this to people, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We didn't talk about him in Arena at all. I don't know if you've tried at all.
I did, but he runs into the same issues as most short-range physical DPS.
It's the same.
He can attack, can hit hard, but once he gets into the frame of getting nuked by other physical DPS that are up front, he's probably going to get shit on, which just is not his issue. It's just, and there'll probably be more ways around it, but it can work.
He's a fun unit.
It's just not ideal.
He's a fun unit to play manually. If you know what you're doing, you can use his S1 to get out of the way of certain things, but for what we look for in top tier arena climate, he's nothing
so far, right?
Special.
I know there's a lot of people out there probably playing with him in arena right now and figuring stuff out. One day is 12 hours is not enough to get a full scope of him in PvP.
No.
So maybe that'll change, and maybe we are absolutely off. But I've done a few battles, and I kind of used him similarly to other units of his caliber, or not caliber, but of his playstyle. So maybe I'm just using him wrong, but you never know.
What might have a point in the chat?
That's not a thing. All right, so I'm gonna just talk about his mage build real quick. So
you want to talk about your
people
mains?
people who have seen my Adel lead up video to him coming out, I talked about Mage Adel and how he could have high caps and Orgon Ring and all that kind of stuff. The issue with Adel is that even with Orgon Ring, it doesn't really make that much of a difference for his damage potential via magic. The thing is, you can still build him for magic with staff and your normal magic builds. If you build him for a physical DPS build and just slap on Orgon Ring, he's going to do absolutely no magic damage, which is unfortunate. But I do have the ability with some really OP equips, some really nice skills, And I did put out a couple shorts earlier of him with 110 SC builds, capping on his magics. Now, of course, they are very impressive. They're like 60 plus K caps on stackable magic, which is dope. Cool. But again, the reason I'm even used 110 SC build was, one, to make it work, and two, to show you that it's not really viable, right? It's just not a thing for almost all content. The fact that first of all, the fact that he can even manage this is impressive, but it's not a realistic play, right? His most realistic play is him nuking with physical DPS. So just figured I'd clarify that. Yeah. The mage part was fun and definitely a meme thing and definitely did work. It's just when you have to put so much into his kit, and I did use 110 SC worth and used external supports and enablers to make it happen, that all tells me that it's not meant to be. Definitely fun, just like as a gimmick, sure, but not realistic.
I do want to comment on something that I don't think we brought up at all. Okay. Arab Trish says, guide for arena. That is never going to happen now that they're giving a UR Stardust to the top 50.
Right.
I will never give out information.
Here's the thing.
Sorry.
If we had given a guide for arena before, it generally, like we had talked about, it generally would have been, your basic information of like how arena works itself, maybe not advanced mechanics at all, right? And that could still help. But the issue is now, or the thing was before, the people who really knew what they were doing and could take advantage of the arena itself were already doing top 10s, and they weren't really being affected by the wealth of information. But now that the top 50 are getting UR dusts, I personally feel, and I think you feel similarly, like, and as terrible as it may seem, those are our rewards too to get, right? We don't want to cuck ourselves out of getting rewards by teaching people and letting people get better at arena and forcing us to try harder to get them. So
we're already try hard enough.
Hope, I'm just saying, I hope people like forgive us for for still wanting the rewards. If you want to know more about arena, I recommend you going into the arena, watching. We all learn this ourselves too. It's not like we just were gifted a guide by someone. If you want rewards too, you have to work on it yourself. You can't just like be gifted rewards, right? Go watch battles, go in the community, ask about builds, ask about help. Like I
show arena builds in my showcases.
People will give you help. You can determine a lot of things from watching battles, especially if you go to the friggin' gold one, go to top 10, check it out. What's good? That's what I mean. Like, yeah, that's what you gotta do. Is do your due diligence. Now, no one's gonna like give you the answers just to make their lives harder. Like, no.
I'll take my UR Stardust.
Top players keeping us out? Absolutely, I will take my UR dust. I'm keeping you out by not. If keeping you out is by not giving you information, sure. Like I learned myself, you learned yourself. You become friends with people. You teach each other stuff. If you invest your own time into making yourself better with the community's help, then you'll do better. So the old adage of "get good" is a thing in ranked events. Exactly. So glad we covered that. Thanks for asking.
Agree. Anyway, shall we get into some fun community activities?
Yeah, fun community activities. And you know what? Here's what I want to do. I would love to bring El Giovanna to Purple.
Do that. I actually do need to use the restroom. I'm gonna make it quick.
Okay.
So if you want to run with some peeps,
so we might run with some peeps. Yeah. That's
do
fine.
it, bro.
Okay, let me get this arc on here. Make sure I'm light. Let's do. All right, boys. I am gonna make a lobby, so jump in here if you feel like you want to hang out and do some battles. But I'm going to. Yes. We're gonna see just how much damage we can do with this kind of build. Okay, good. And then had late mega boost on. Yikes! I don't know why I had that on. I was probably thinking it was late high drive. Rip. Okay, let's go see about it. So, boys, if you want to join, we're gonna be running a little purple gate, just real quick. Yeah, Cass. If you're willing to, here's the thing. On a general build, teaching many people about Arena, that's like not along my style. It's more of like if someone really wants help, or if someone's asking about it, and you want to give a little bit of information to help some aspects of it out. A little bit of advice goes a long way. But creating like a massive guide to just teach everyone in their mother about Arena is not like what we're gonna do. All right, sick. Ugh. Should be fun. Yeah. This is a Lake fundraising stream. So guys, if you're out there, please do. There's a donation links at the top, fundraising for Lake. So anything you guys do give is going to be gifted straight to Lake. Every single cent. So we're running. I got Ichigo, Corona, and Tomoyo here. Cool. And now we're lagging. Corona, your Brazilian link is making me lag. I'm just kidding. I just keyed. Let's get it. So my goal at the end, though, is to use the Eldravada skill, Arc skill, and do some hefty damage. So hopefully it works. Hopefully. Thanks, Reen. I'm glad you guys are here and listening in. Once Buddha gets back, we'll absolutely throw out the donation link again. Absolutely. Also, I have a question for everyone in chat. Like, how are you guys enjoying Adel? Like, I'm having a great time. He is awesome. Absolutely awesome. What's generally the best banner to summon on for a new unit? Well, Adel is the best unit we have at the moment, in my opinion, to give yourself a carry. He is solid. Strong AF, very fun, skills look and feel good. Dude, he's great. Adel's awesome. So this quality of life. Yep. He's pretty sweet. He does feel like a new, not power creep per se, but like a new tier that we're getting. Oh, not nearly enough. It's still funny though. I think I'd have to build for it to do more, but still pretty good considering that's just a normal boss. Glad you didn't pull 4. Oh yeah, nice. Uh-oh, we can hear Buddha, boys. Uh-oh. Sounds like Ardene's Dragon Killer. It's super fast. It is super fast. So, what did... Let's do another one. Why not? Why not, boys? I'm gonna switch around my build just a little bit. Let's give him some more light. And then light damage. Make sure that his light attack raises are on. Yeah, need a little bit there. That. I think that should be good. Okay, cool. Should have a full party, I assume. I didn't even get that. Yeah, we did.
How'd it go?
Oh, come on, man. It went well. And now I'm just connecting and waiting. Ichigo's here, 935-164.
Ichigo.
Yes, I tried to rep the fundraising, so you might want to do that right now.
Guys, we are almost at 5 hundo for the Man Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't get in.
Well, I had it up for a while, so
Okay.
it's. Well, I was also.
We're
in
at
the
we're
menu.
at 495. So, if I can at least get half a stack for Lake, I'll be happy.
That'll be sick. Someone clean out that 5
Just
That'll
a
be great.
little Fiverr.
for the homie Lake.
Just pretend like it's Fiverr.com. You're paying for another Last Cloudia resource real quick. Easy.
Nice.
Easy.
You know what I haven't done yet was do a full AC Guardian build.
It's
That
pretty
probably does
nice.
a lot of damage, huh?
It's. I think we've exhausted Icy Guardian so much we now, at least myself,
Are dead to it.
I'm like, well, let me use this new UR arc that's fun, but like, it's actually not even
Still icy.
close to what Icy.
The answer is still
produces.
icy.
Yes. When you're getting
Yeah, like even seeing
half,
AK cap on an arc, and you're just like, wait a second, I can do like 45k
Yeah.
alternate caps.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Icy Guardian is one of like the most, I think, mind-blowing things when you understand it as a new player for the first time.
Yep.
At least it was for me.
I'm gonna try to kill with the arc skill here, so we'll see if it works.
Oh, you're doing some shenanigans. Oh, wow.
Almost, damn.
Wow.
Unlucky.
That's amazing.
I used it too soon. That was like a little. That was a little over 4 million.
That's
A lot of
so
damage, bro.
gross. My freaking arc skill. It's good
A lot
stuff.
of damage.
What's that dragon's ice resistance? Do you know?
No clue. That dragon is super resistant to crits, though.
Oh, that's something I had no idea was a thing.
Yeah, you won't crit a lot on that on the purple gate boss.
But I mean, this is kind of a. We didn't really talk. We hyped this man up.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about like. He does not have anything to cut resistances if you've got some heavy things.
Well, so common sense says that you should not fight battles with.
Sorry. Freaking Doomcaster
Doom.
coming in with the 105. Yes!
He did the sipping booty emote.
He's such a boss.
Awesome.
Such a boss. My
Good,
man.
good shit, Russ.
My man. 600. 600.
Let's go. That's awesome.
I'm happy, man.
That'll be very fun. A very fun video to do, for sure. Keep them coming, though, boys. Lake is the god, and he is a very. I mean, dude, he's one of the most humble people you'll ever meet, especially talking to him online. Like, if anyone deserves the community support, it's him. I'm not saying that you and I don't like contribute, but we learned literally everything from him.
That's what I'm saying.
And no matter who you learned from in the game, that person learned from someone who learned from Lake. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Imagine if
It's insane
Yeah.
how much
Yes.
how much his content has influenced our community.
Yes, that's actually a good point. When I made that point that someone probably learned something off Tweaks, it's because Tweaks learned it off Lake.
100%.
So he is
would be
like the godfather.
I would be nothing without Lake. No shit. So that's why earlier in the earlier stream we started off with some donations, try to get the ball rolling.
We'd be playing this game based off Altama.
Oh my god.
I regret even saying the name.
Yeah, that was a mistake. You're terrible.
My man.
Doomcaster,
Doomcaster, such a boss.
I think I want to do Green Gate. Green Gate, switch to fire. Why not?
Green Gate.
Switching to
I
fire.
want to do Green Gate and all 4 Adels each target their own Pablo. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Okay, then we need 4 Adels.
That's what
I know
wanna
people
do.
in chat that are ready to go and are probably switching to fire right now.
Oh, I know. I know we got squad in the chat. We got some we got some cat. We got some sassy
gamers.
cats in there. We got some
There's
Buddha
some
gang.
gamers in there.
We got them both.
I'm gonna see if I can use my Arks skill and interrupt them, but yeah.
Yeah, is there a good counter for that? I don't know.
Okay. Just gonna take Holy
What am I
Enchant
doing?
off. Don't mess this up. Make your dig Holy Enchant off.
What's
Switch to
Pablo's ice resistance?
Oh my god, dude.
I'm telling you, we should. I'm definitely gonna showcase it for sure, because it's just disgusting. It keeps getting more disgusting with these single wheeled units that they're bringing out.
Oh yeah, because I mean, Doppelhanger just gives straight cap or straight crit.
Mm-hmm. It's really nasty.
Oh yeah, Buddha, you said check out Chewie's channel in the description, but you never actually posted my link. Just throwing that out there. Someone's asking in chat.
You have to click the @ There's @ handles.
It doesn't have an activation thing. It's just text.
That's BS.
I'm sorry, bro.
That's not fair. It worked.
Already followed Chewie's. Oh, you're talking about Lake.
Oh, Lake
Like
doesn't
channel?
have a channel.
Lake is the behind the scenes god.
There's a donation link for Lake, and that's just so that. We got we got another hundo.
Let's go, boys. We're getting close.
Yo, we're actually close though. Wow. Thank you to let's see, Soggy. Yeah, that's great if you guys can leave a note, because I'm not trying to dox anyone here through PayPal,
Yeah.
so leave a note
Yeah.
with the name you would like to be shouted out with. So heck yeah, Buddha Militia representing one of the Buddha Gang guilds.
Nice.
So
All
shout
right,
out
so
to
I'm
Soggy.
with the understanding that there are some Adels in the party.
All right,
But are you ready
bro.
to join?
No,
real
no,
quick?
I'm not.
Okay,
I
you
got
let me
all
know when
messed
you're done.
up, bro. I got
It's all right. I understand.
Confusion.
It's very exciting, dude.
Confusion, excitement, all of it.
Is2's here. Nice. One of the homies earlier. Oh,
dope.
baby.
So dope.
What are we boys doing? We're gonna get 4 Adels and everyone's gonna kill one of the. First of all, dibs on the boss.
All right, fine.
Since I'm party leader, I
We
want
gotta-
dibs on the
yeah,
boss.
We gotta be a bit strategic, because we
And
have
that
to.
means we're gonna set it up though.
Oh, damn
We're gonna go clockwise.
Such an amateur.
We're gonna go clockwise.
There we go. Clockwise.
Yeah. So
So-
1 takes the boss, 2 takes the bottom right, 3 takes the bottom left, 4 takes the upper left.
That makes sense to me.
And I think
I'm ready.
that will depend on who joins where. So we'll have that ready to go. Because this will be pretty fun. I think it's what 10 million health.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we won't kill. Maybe we will. Who knows? So locked.
Ready.
I'm using the Arch being Arc because I think it's more consistent.
I was going to.
But
as well.
I could probably use Icy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's 10 million's a lot of health to deplete in one
Okay.
stock.
I think Icy's probably the go-to play here.
I'm
At
down.
least said it's 0 res.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't
well,
have all the crits, but I
dude,
have enough to make it work.
We should do. I was gonna say. Maybe shift a little gear to crit or crit rate.
I'm adding crit.
I just
100%.
have to be. I
More
don't
sand.
quite have a dripped out. I don't have a dripped out Adel like you do, bro.
Unfortunate.
It is. I'm low key jealous.
Well, drippy drip. Hitting pity for Adel, bro. Congratulations. That's a good unit to pity. To be fair, Adel is not the worst unit in the world to spend 75k getting. Like, really, really good. But I started a room, by the way.
That's fine.
If you're not
I'll
if you're not
try.
in here, I will start a new one.
That's okay.
But
I'll make it.
I put the code up so people can make it.
Oh,
4 Adels. Ichigo, Corono.
I'm losing. I'm losing. I'm not gonna make it.
You're.
The pressure
Okay.
got to me.
Oh, we have Ichigo and Corono so far. Everyone's got Icy because they're betting attention.
It's gonna be so fun.
So, but you got the last spot
I
if you
need
can make it.
one more, bro. I need just make it easy on me, game. That's horrible.
Dude, what are you doing?
Don't worry about
Actually, I need to, thanks for reminding me, Chrono. I need to switch my stamps. We'll do this.
Well, the chat is very nice. Well, now I can't see your code, so.
Oh, well,
Rip.
I'll put it back. 731332. There we go.
Woo! Woo!
Four ices, bruh.
You're top left and then clockwise.
No, I'm top. I'm boss, so I'm top right.
You're top. Oh, I'm top left.
Yes. So boss is top right. Second spot, I think, is Ichigo is going to go bottom right. Chrono's going to go bottom left, and you're going to go top left.
This will be fun.
When we get there. I'm going to try... actually, we're going to get smashed by the ult. Maybe not smashed by the ult, but... No, we'll be okay. It's
I
just
have
like...
faith. Dude, those are such nasty extra damages. Yeah, we just can't seem to get away from bullying Pablo, huh?
It's very fun, dude. It's very fun. But yeah, keep him coming, boys. The Lake is the GOAT. If you have donations to give to him, if you want to support him in any way, if you've used the gold mine or used his spreadsheets, or even just, trust that we all have used that stuff, and if you're learning stuff from us, you're essentially learning stuff from him. So
And
he's the GOAT. Obviously, if you can find his information on the gold mine itself, that's like the best way to see what he does for us.
And if you're not using his stuff, please start.
Yeah,
like
100%.
right now. If you hear
There's
us,
enough links out there. You have links in your description. I have links in all my video descriptions.
Yep.
There's links in Discord, links in Reddit, links in Facebook. Like, please use his stuff. It's literally goated. All right, you ready?
I'm ready, bro. Freaking.
So everyone's gonna need to switch target though, because
I
I know some people will be targeting the wrong unit. Like if you just press S1 off the rip, I know second spot will target the boss. So make sure you're switching target. There we go. Oop, didn't use it. I would check after this anyways, since
we're
none of us were
good.
able to go. Oh yeah, we're fine. Yep,
Oh.
go. Oh, now the boss is... Oh, yes! Ichigo and I get to wreck the boss. The boss ran down to Ichigo. We just absolutely obliterated him.
That's a fun way to clear that stage, bro.
It's so
That's
good.
a fun way to clear that stage, baby. Ooh. Ooh.
Let's go. Oh, that was great. Good stuff, boys.
New record for me.
Wow.
Everyone enjoy your reset 6,100 crystals for multiplayer matches?
Hey, quick question. What is the resistance of Infernal Lord
he's
Margate's
got-
fire? Isn't it like 80?
Yeah, he's got heavy to both.
Yeah, we should be fine. Who wants to join? We should be
Me.
fine. We should be fine. I'm putting Theo on here.
Okay. God, I wish I had. Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah.
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 Wait, hold on a second. Actually, you know what? Pause that real quick. We're going to go to the tier list. We're going to look at the other resources tab. Just going to throw that out there for people who don't know this exists. Other resources tab, and we're going to go to the multiplayer section. And I'm going to check out the boss, which the boss is 90 res to fire, but only 50 to light.
Oh, well, that sounds
So guess who's building for light damage? Me. I am.
You don't say.
You don't say. This is like directly applicable because now we can just switch him
Yeah.
up.
And don't need
Amazing.
to use this anymore. This should be a good time.
Should be fine.
Hey,
I'm bringing
of
Theo, so you
course.
guys can all bring Icy Guardian again if you'd like. I would suggest it actually, and then bring Excalibur. That sounds nice.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have the paid, yeah.
I got it, man.
That sounds nice.
How can
Boss
I
typing,
get...
it is dragon, but you have the Divinity Slayer already, so we'll be all right.
7.
This boss should get absolutely nuked.
Oh, yeah.
The boss itself actually has a very strong neutral shield, but any attribute units should work really well. And with 4 Adels,
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay.
right. Going in, room is being unlocked. And of course, the reason I'm using Theopolis is because I do have a level 10 Arc skill I'm using at the beginning of the final wave. And that is going to give us minus 50 res, so that turn that 50 res of light into 0. Which just means we're going to do an absolute shitload of damage. Not only that, the 50 res is going to dump into the ice res, which is already innately minus 25, which turns it to minus 75, which means Icy Guardian procs are going to be freaking absurd. Oh my god, I'm scared.
This is like consistently my favorite part of these podcasts.
Yes.
Just
Pretty
what
great.
can we bully with the new stuff that we just got? You get a glitch is too? I mean, you went ham earlier this morning, so
He wants the man wants to go ham, bro.
I know. I
A glitch, that's no fun.
don't know what that means.
Can you possibly send a new link?
No.
No, it's the same thing.
I mean, it's I don't think it's on my end based on it being okay.
Also, can we talk about how good the sprite is? Thank God they... I know, we talked about it before,
yeah.
but thank God they changed the sprite of Adel.
Yeah.
He looked so boring, and now he looks like an actual, like, attacker.
Yep.
With the cape and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of what they changed about him. He's not as lame as they made him seem throughout the entirety of it, any time he's been shown in the events. All right, here we go.
Send it. Oh, yeah. I gotta wait.
Oh, yeah. No. This is going to be... It's already that much damage. Oh, God. Oh, God. I don't think we needed it, by the way. Oh, okay, there was definitely a huge difference, but, like, oh, my God.
That's the...
Jeez.
There's...
I think that's the fastest I've ever done. Oh, my God.
8 seconds.
Okay, so I just want people to realize that is, if that's the record for me for this level, that should say something. Because I've literally tried in the past to min-max this with other units to specials and to drop the boss's HP down. 8 seconds? I honestly think my previous record was 9 seconds, but that was like a while ago and I min-maxed the shit out of it. That was literally just 4 Adels rolling into a party and just nuking. Shit. Oh my God, dude. I see your smile, bro. Oh my God. Okay, how many more orbs do I have? Because that was super fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's my question for you. I know Vajra is annoying as shit.
What are you trying to do here?
If we build for fire, he'll be negative 25 to fire. If I use Theo. This Vajra is terrible to build for killing. But if we switch to fire, it might be possible.
Listen, like I said, what about his ice?
His ice with my Theo, well, normally it's 50, so it'll be at 0.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Set her up. Okay, let me just see this real quick. What else? What do I have on here that's not necessary? I like these. I like these a lot.
There's a reason
God damn,
why
it's
we
ridiculous.
are addicted to our damage dealers.
Yeah, it's the whole power trip thing is just it's a big reason of why I play these types of games, or no, this game itself. That's a lot of damage. And you know what's? I hate to say it, but having a level 10 Theo Arc skill is pretty freaking nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's okay.
minus 50.
You can admit that, man.
Jesus. Okay, just let me know when you're like ready to go into the room. I appreciate you, Corona and Ichigo, for consistently coming to these parties, because obviously you guys have very well built units too, and this is very fun. This is what we play the game for, to actually absolutely power trip on these kinds of battles.
Yep, I'm ready.
Good, making the room now.
Oh gosh.
So
right.
the issue with mine froze, unfortunately. Gotta make another one. The issue with Vajra is that what we've had in the past is
You did friends. I don't think we're friends.
I didn't make friends. I made a lobby. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna put on physical weak boost. Physical weak point boost. What we've had in the past. Oh shit! I did make a friendship. I'm an idiot. Vajra is notoriously has a bunch of attribute shields. He is weak to Earth, very, very weak to Earth, and just doesn't have any shields for it, but all the other stuff he has shields. So this may not work that well, but it should be really fun.
This will be an interesting test.
And I kind of want... No. I was going to build for surprise attack and backstab, but I don't think that's necessary. Alright, Jixt. Let's see the build.
It might be
just making sure we don't have Holy Enchant on or anything. Yeah, alright. Looks good. Looks good, bro. Let's do it.
Send it. Man. Yeah, there's a lot of highs and lows with this update for sure.
Is the unit awesome? Yes. Is the arc good? Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Dude. That S1 has not gotten old and probably won't for a very long time.
Not when it's pumping out damage like this.
Okay, this might actually be another new record. If this damage works, oh my god. Come on, use it. Thank you. Alright. Drop in res.
Send it.
Not bad. Jesus Christ. Bruh. That wasn't even a record for me, darn.
Well, to be fair,
I think my records with like Levi to be. Like,
listen, I think two of us were casting our charisma at the start of that.
So
I know I was.
You do it again.
You
gotta run it back.
Damn.
So here's my thing. I want you specifically to cast your charisma on
the beginning.
Wave 1.
Yeah, I got you.
On wave 1, and then we'll have it ready to go because the charisma will last. Okay. I'm gonna start a new lobby.
Start it.
Okay. Also, my Theo didn't activate immediately, which was annoying. But yeah, let's run it back. I forget you have an advantage of seeing the lobby first. Alright, let's do it.
I know, I stepped up my game. Yeah, I got it, Russell. I took off Holy Enchant.
So you cast.
I got you. I got you, bro.
Nice.
Now we're ready to send it. Every time is too. Every time. That's why we
Let's get it.
named this podcast what we did. It's just so fast, bro.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, man.
I'm ready.
Okay, Theo, and we go.
Real quick, bro. Nice.
Time to go. Let's go. Oh, those pursuits are ridiculous. Let's see. Let's see.
Come on.
11. Let's go. New record.
Yo. Yeah, I love him.
You know what I love even more than him is having 4 of them.
Yep.
Good shit, boys.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Have you
That's
tried?
that's a power trip. What's up?
Yeah, I like how I was over here. Well, to be fair, there's the power of level 10 Theopolis, y'all.
100%.
In case there was any confusion. You can't just waltz in there without that and do the same thing, but
You damn near try. I don't want to say we should do Bahamut, but
we'll get absolutely destroyed.
are you sure?
Bahamut nukes elemental damage so heavy.
Well,
We can try.
If we lose, we lose.
I'm down to try, listen.
If we lose, we lose. It doesn't really matter. But don't bring
Hell no.
I mean, I guess you can bring icy, but I would probably just do straight up physical damage boosting.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ham on it.
Just make sure you wait. I would actually say everyone cast their charisma because that's like the perfect time on the final wave to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the resistances? Do I need? Actually, haven't written it down.
For Bahamut,
Maybe Belly
they're
knows.
heavy.
They are heavy. Oh, it's 75 each.
Yeah.
So we'll drop it down to 25 and be like relatively okay. Light is
so
definitely terrible for this one.
I mean, should we go the extra mile or nah?
Extra mile. I'm
Bring
using
circles
100%.
and like
No,
all that.
absolutely not.
Okay.
That's too much.
Okay.
That's too much. It's already a dragon. We'll be all right. Just make sure you don't jump in and die,
What am I looking for?
because I don't have anything to help us out with that. Let's see. I'm built for fire.
Where
yes.
is
yes.
the arc? And why can't my eyes find it? There it is.
I'm gonna put on Celestial Mass just in case. Nope, don't even have it on there, so can't do it.
I'm wondering if no.
Okay, I think just going and doing it is probably best. So I'm gonna make a room.
Okay.
Fast, no attribute shield. That's probably a good idea, except I haven't. I don't think I've. Yeah, I thought it though.
Damn.
I could probably do it for the homies. Thank you, Belly. Appreciate it. Just in case. Fast, no attribute wall. Let's find 6SC. Need those. I need those. I need those. That's not going to be weak, so we're good there. Awesome. No weak point. All right.
This one I'm not.
Can Adel nuke 4 lords asking for a friend? He can nuke most of it. The issue on 4 lords is more Baron at the end. You'll need to get a special, which him being single wield and him being even with hidden treasure Macudine, it's not that great. You guys are using. How did you all end up with Swordsman's Tail?
Just makes sense. It's a big old dragon.
That's awesome. Well played. Let's go.
Let's do it.
That is great. Thank you guys for bringing a. That's hilarious.
Listen.
I'm sorry. It's still one of my favorite. Oops, sorry. It's still one of my most favorite arcs in the game, and I know we harped on it like so much in the past. So. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Did I see a 76,000 pursuit? What?
No. No, that's my damage. I don't have the paid sword like you cool folks.
What are you using?
The Kagusuchi.
Oh, okay, deal. All right, so just everyone cast their charisma on the final wave. That should be enough time for him to do the tail whip, and then we can jump in. I'll do Theo.
41
and the charisma.
million.
Cast your charisma, and then we go. All buff gone. Let's go.
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either, honestly.
Now it gets a little dicey.
A little dicey, but we should be fine.
Ooh, wow.
The tail whip hit us.
I don't
Let's
have
go.
stocks.
I ran out too.
That's amazing.
All right.
That's
that definitely did
amazing.
not work as well as it could have, but that was pretty solid.
No, but still. I did not expect a clear. even with Theo, I was not expecting that.
I'm glad we did.
I need to get that arc leveled up. Oh my god.
I would say probably the next thing we could do, instead of all using, I mean, I don't think we need to do this right now, but instead of all using a charisma, we all have one person have, I guess ice circle, one have, wind circle, one have high drain, stuff like that. That would be really cool.
Nuke the defenses.
But that was still really good.
That
Because I
was.
mean, the Theo was great for the first 10 seconds, but 3 seconds of that we're waiting for the tail whip, and then we didn't have. You casted wind circle. Well, Ichigo, you're the man.
Oh, he was thinking.
And I was
ahead.
spamming skills, wasn't even paying attention. That's legit.
So, that's incredible. But I mean, I'm down to leave on that high note.
Yeah, Bahamut with single wielding attribute DPS. That's great.
Insane. So, Adel, there you go. In case you were wondering if he's good or not. And also solidified why Theopolis is in the big three of the URs. So, whew, guys. I think we're going to wrap up the pod. Thank you to everyone who donated to Lake.
Mm-hmm.
There's still time. If you want to get in some last minute donations, we're at 700 out of 1,000, which, obviously we set that goal, but I still think it's incredible that we got as close as we did. So thank you so much. Very happy that I'm going to give Lake some support on behalf of myself, Tweaks, and the entire community.
Hell yeah.
Very exciting. So look forward to a little video doing that, giving him those funds. And thank you guys for being here for this 3.5 year anniversary part 1 update. We'll have I don't know if we're going to have one next week. But
maybe not next week, but definitely in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We will absolutely be having another unit come out. There will be the
story
time trial as well starting up. It'll be hype. The story, yeah, you're right.
Barleen hyped up whatever's coming with this story update. So we'll see what comes to fruition. But look forward to that. Thank you to Tweaks for holding it down, of course.
Love the new setup. We can both join in. Big fan.
We're gonna keep this dual setup. I like the look as well. So exciting things all around with the 3.5 year anniversary. Elsie's still going strong, and your boy Buddha Tweaks still in the building. So like, subscribe, bell notifications if you're not already doing that, but I'm pretty sure y'all are. I know y'all got my back. And with all that being said, y'all know what we say: work hard, play hard. See you in the next podcast.